Look, imagine this. You're making decent money, maybe $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. Not rich, but not struggling either. You pay your rent, you cover your bills, you go out sometimes, you buy things you like. On paper, your life looks normal. And yet, at the end of every single month, your bank account is almost empty. Not because something went wrong, not because of an emergency, just gone. And here's the dangerous part. You don't even feel like you're overspending. You're not buying yachts, you're not flying private, you're just living. And that's exactly the problem. Because what most people don't realize is that there is a very specific number quietly destroying their financial future. It's not $10,000, it's not $50,000, it's about $2,000 a month. And this is where it gets really interesting. Because that $2,000 doesn't feel like a lot. It feels normal, necessary, justified. But mathematically, it's the difference between staying broke for life and building real wealth. My name's Jack, and I spend way too much time thinking about how money actually works. If you're someone who feels like you should be doing better financially, but somehow you're not moving forward, make sure to subscribe and like this video, because what we're about to break down might completely change how you see your money. Here's the thing. Most people don't go broke because of one big mistake. They go broke because of dozens of small ones repeated every single month. Let's break this down with real numbers. Let's say you earn $4,000 a month. After taxes, maybe you take home around $3,200. Now here's where it disappears. Rent, $1,200. Car payment, $400. Food, $500. Subscriptions, $100. Eating out, $300. Shopping, $300. Random expenses, $200. That's $3,000, which leaves you with $200. And that's assuming you're disciplined. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but that's just life. That's normal. Exactly. That's the illusion. Because what you see as normal living is actually a perfectly engineered system that keeps you at zero. You're not broke because you don't make enough. You're broke because your system is designed to consume everything you make. And here's what most people don't realize. Every extra $100 you spend monthly is not just $100 lost, it's thousands of dollars in future wealth. Let me show you.
If you invest $500 a month with an average return of 8% annually, in 20 years, you're looking at around $300,000. Now increase that to $1,000 a month, that's over $600,000. At $2,000 a month, you're crossing $1.2 million. Same person, same time, just different monthly behavior. So when you casually spend $2,000 every month on lifestyle, you're not spending $2,000, you're destroying a $1 million future. Now this is where people push back. Yeah, but I deserve to enjoy life. Of course you do. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people are not spending money to enjoy life. They're spending money to maintain an identity. Think about it. The car you drive, the places you eat, the clothes you wear, the subscriptions you keep. A lot of it has nothing to do with happiness and everything to do with signaling. And the cost of that signal? $2,000 a month, every month, for years. And here's where it gets really dangerous. Lifestyle inflation. Every time your income increases, your expenses quietly follow. You get a raise, you upgrade your apartment. You earn more, you eat out more. You feel richer, you spend more. So your financial position doesn't change, your lifestyle does. Let's say you go from $3,000 to $5,000 income. That's a big jump. But if your expenses go from $2,800 to $4,800, you're in the exact same position, just with nicer things, still broke. This is the treadmill most people never escape. You run faster, but you don't move forward. And psychologically, it feels like progress because your life looks better. But financially, nothing is changing. Now let's talk about something even more subtle, small expenses, coffee, delivery, subscriptions, convenience. Individually, they feel insignificant. $5 here, $15 there, $30 a month. But stacked together, they become that $2,000 monster.
Let's break it down. $5 coffee every day equals $150 per month. Food delivery 3 times a week equals $400 per month. Subscriptions equals $100 per month. Impulse shopping equals $300 per month. That's already close to $1,000. Add in lifestyle upgrades, and you hit $2,000 easily. And the worst part? You barely notice it, because it's fragmented. Here's what most people don't realize. The brain doesn't process cumulative cost well. It processes individual transactions. So $20 feels cheap, but $20 repeated 100 times is $2,000. And that's how the illusion works. Now, let's zoom out. If you spend an extra $2,000 per month, that's $24,000 per year. Over 10 years, $240,000. But with investing, that could have been $400K to $500K. Over 20 years, now you're looking at $1 million plus. So the question isn't, can I afford this? The real question is, what is this costing my future? And this is where it gets really interesting, because the solution isn't budgeting harder, it's restructuring your system. Rich people don't rely on discipline, they rely on systems. And the most important system is this. Money flows in a specific order, not random, not emotional, structured. Here's the correct order. Income, invest, spend what's left. Not income, spend, hope something remains. That one shift changes everything, because now your future is funded first, not last. Let's say you earn $4,000. Instead of spending freely, you automatically invest $1,000. Now you're forced to live on $3,000. And here's the surprising part. Most people adapt very quickly because spending expands to fill available money, but it can also shrink. Now let's address the objection. What if I can't invest $1,000? Fine. Start with $200, then $300, then $500. The exact number matters less than the system, because once investing becomes automatic, it stops being a decision and starts being a default. Next step, eliminate the leaks. Not everything, just the low-value expenses. Ask yourself, does this actually improve my life, or is it just convenient, or worse, habitual? Cutting $500 to $1,000 monthly is not extreme, it's realistic. Most people just don't track enough to see it. And this is where awareness changes behavior, because once you see the $2,000 clearly, you can't unsee it. Now let's talk about the upside, because this isn't about restriction, it's about leverage. When you redirect $2,000 per month into investments, you're buying future freedom every month. And over time, something powerful happens. Your money starts working instead of disappearing. At first, it's slow. You won't feel rich. You won't see dramatic changes. But then it accelerates, because compounding is not linear, it's exponential. Year 1, nothing impressive. Year 5, noticeable. Year 10, significant. Year 20, life-changing. And this is where most people fail. They quit before it gets interesting, because they're still stuck in short-term thinking, trading long-term wealth for short-term comfort. So let's simplify everything. You are not broke because you don't make enough. You are broke because your system is leaking. That $2,000 per month, it's not random, it's structured, it's predictable, and it's fixable. Once you fix the system, you stop leaking money, you start building assets, you create momentum, and eventually, you break the cycle. Because financial freedom is not about earning more, it's about keeping and multiplying what you already have. So next time you're about to spend money, pause and ask one question. Is this helping my future, or just feeding the illusion? Because the difference between staying broke and building wealth is not dramatic. It's $2,000 per month, every month, for years, and once you see it, you can't go back.